Hi, I'm Brett. Today we're going to talk about the advantages and the disadvantages of changing the up pipes in your Subaru turbo models. Now, down in front of me here, we'll talk about it in more detail in a minute, but this is the up pipe where the turbo fits, and this part here is the inlet out of the engine. But let's just talk about what these parts are. On early model Subarus, you've got the exhaust manifold where the exhaust comes out of the heads, it's collected together, and then it collects into one single pipe called the up pipe, and it goes up to the underside of the turbo, through the turbo where it creates all the energy for boost, and then out through the exhaust. Now, on the GC8 Subarus up until 99-2000, these exhaust manifolds were pretty good. In fact, the early model Legacies were a fantastic exhaust manifold if you've got one of those, but I digress. The up pipes on these models were just a straight pipe with a flexible joint. So we're talking about a component that effectively looked like that. Inside the heat shield is a flexible joint that allows the contraction and expansion of this component, because all of this glows red hot when you got your foot into it on full boost. Now, around 01, when the Bugeye model Subaru came out, the emissions requirements for the car were different. Subaru had new technology, and of course these cars then were more stringent on their requirements to pass emissions, and what they did was they fitted a tiny little catalytic converter in the up pipe before the turbo, in addition to the catalytic converters that are also after the turbo in the main exhaust system that you would replace on your car. Now, it's quite commonly known that in the Bugeye models that you were looking for improvements in power and performance, that you delete this up pipe and replace it with a catless up pipe, and then you custom tune the car to suit. Of course, you need to take responsibility for your emissions requirements, and how you tune the car is something you want to consider yourself, and we can talk about that in another video. But what I've got here to show you is what the up pipe looks like. Now, I'll get my cameraman to come a little bit closer, and we've cut it away. So here is the tiny little catalytic converter, which we've knocked part of it out to show you what it looks like. So effectively, out of the engine, through the inlet to the up pipe, through the restrictive catalytic converter, which by the way is very hard to see from the outside, and then up into the turbo. Now what happens is, this is restrictive from a performance point of view, but what can happen in an extreme situation is this part here can start failing and falling apart. And where does it go? Straight through your turbo and destroys the turbo. So what is common modification is you replace this with this. So this is a catless up pipe. You can see it's one of our own designed exhaust manifold parts. Forms part of the manifold, not whole replacement. Has a flexible joint. It's got real meaty flanges with high quality studs. And all of these components originally bolt into the original factory position. Now, I must note there's a huge variation of quality on these replacement up pipes, but if you can't, if you're not wanting to buy a brand new replacement one, you can actually get one off an early model Subaru or a later model Subaru that doesn't have the cat in here, and it works fine. So don't fall into the trap of thinking that every performance upgrade you need to replace the up pipe, because if it doesn't have the cat, frankly, unless you're building a big horsepower engine, it's a waste of money. Now, the whole reason for this video is to talk about one model that everybody forgets about, and it's a model that's above me, and we'll show you exactly in a minute where these parts fit. And I've got some detailed notes, because there is a specific 04 model SG Forester XT that is the Series 1 model that came out from the 2002 to 2005, and it finished in July. And it's the first generation that come out with a 2.5 litre engine. Now this model, which I've got above me and I'm going to show in a minute, it's got that electronic throttle. A lot of people forget or don't know that he's got an up pipe in the exhaust manifold before the turbo. And after August onwards, the Series 2 model, which is 05 to 07, remember from August 2005, was the Series 2 with the same 2.5 litre engine, but they then went to a secondary air pump modification, and they deleted the up pipe with the cat and went to effectively a factory version of this. So in summary, if you want to minimize your catalytic converter failure and damaging to the turbo, and you want some really good performance upgrades, and you've got an 04 model SG Forester XT, which is the Series 1 02 to 05, this is the video that you want to understand, because these are the things that you can get, some of the little tricks and tips to improve your performance. So let's just have a look at where this part fits. I'll get my cameraman to come around behind me, and oops, caught with my my microphone. So here you can see, here is the outlet of the turbo, and the normal factory downpipe comes down here and around beside the transmission and out the back of the car. Now what you can see here, other than the fact that this customer's got broken CV boot and there's grease everywhere, which we're going to fit in a minute, is right there in behind the steering column is the up pipe. So this part comes from here in behind this heat shield and goes up across the top of the steering rack, across the engine cross member, and then connects to the underside of the turbo. And in behind that little pipe there is a tiny little catalytic converter that effectively sucks about 20 kilowatts out of the performance of your engine. So if you've got this model and you're looking for a performance upgrade, make sure you consider what you're doing with that, because if you've done the exhaust system and you haven't done that, you're giving away horsepower, but you're also taking a huge risk with the reliability of your turbo and the ongoing performance of your engine. And of course, these are all part of the kit upgrades that we do as part of our R&D and design, and it's mentioned in our XB Power Kit upgrade, where we talk about what you need to understand, and this particular model is exactly one of them. So in summary, if you've got these models or the Bugeye model Subaru, remember these two models have the restrictive catalytic converter in the up pipe. You need to consider one of those opportunities to improve the performance of your car. You can get those details by going to our website, putting in your year, make and model. The software on our website will then give you a whole heap of information on how you can look at the parts we offer, but also allow you to download and read one of our PDFs, which has got all the specific information about your model and exactly in a summary of what we're talking about. So I'll load some still photos to the link at the bottom of this channel. And of course, you can contact us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Check out our new website where you can see all the other parts we offer of this car. And I hope this video has helped you look after your car and get some more performance no matter where you are in the world. And speak to you soon. Bye for now.